Hi, this is Ajaa from Mongolia Live, and right now we are here in New Brunswick, New Jersey, and I met somebody really important and special. So I wanted to introduce him to you, and so you can get to know him. So Rinpoche, we call him Rinpoche or Ajaa Gegeen, and please tell us about yourself. Introduce yourself to us.
My name is Ajaa Gegeen. People just address me as you said, Ajaa Gegeen or Ajaa Rinpoche. And then Chinese called Ajaa Hofo. Anyway,
Lots of names.
yeah. So I'm in Bloomington, Indiana now. I have been here in the United States since 1998.
Oh, I see.
Then I stayed in California. Then 2006, actually, His Holiness Dalai Lama appointed me as a director. I went to Indiana. Now I'm in Indiana.
I see. So he appointed you personally. That's great. That's a big responsibility. Where were you born, and where did you grow up?
I was born in Koknur, which is today called Qinghai Province in China. I was born in a Mongolian tribe. My parents are Mongolians.
What's the name of the tribe?
Koknurin Beis Hoshu.
Beis Hosho.
Beis Hoshu. Okay. So when I was little, everybody in our town, our tribe, they all speak Mongolian. Also, they can speak some Tibetan as well, but few people maybe speak Chinese. So the businessmen, they always go somewhere to do business.
Yeah.
They can speak Chinese, but local Chinese though, not Mandarin.
I see.
So anyway, I was 2. Then I went to a monastery, big monastery.
Wow, so young.
Yeah,
Away from your
they.
parents?
With my parents.
Oh, okay.
So that monastery is really big, called Kumbum Monastery.
Kumbu,
Yeah, Kumbum. So if you go to Mongolia to ask, do you know Kumbum? They don't know.
Yeah, you
do
just
you
asked
know?
me and I had no idea.
Yes, they ask. If I ask them, Utte Gumbum, they will know. Oh, I know. But Utte and Gumbum is 2 different places. Anyway, so I'm from Kumbum Monastery. I grew up there. I stayed there. Then in 1950s, late 50s, everything's changed.
Yeah,
Monasteries closed,
Yeah.
lots of monks arrested. Then I was forcefully disrobed and went to a Chinese school.
Wow. How old were you?
8.
8.
Yeah, age of 8.
Wow. Crazy. And what languages did you learn growing up in the monastery? I know you spoke Mongolian.
Yes, I learned
Obviously
Tibetan.
Tibetan, yeah.
Tibetan because
In a
that's a
monastery.
monastery. All speak Tibetan. I have a teacher who is a Tibetan. Then I learned that's prayers and sutras and everything in Tibetan. So I learned Tibetan and the Mongolian. Of course, my native language is Mongolian. Then I went to Chinese school. Then I
You have to learn
learned Chinese.
Mandarin.
Yeah, Mandarin. Mandarin later, but the local Chinese.
Oh, yeah, the dialect.
Yeah, I
right?
speak 2 different dialects with Chinese.
That's amazing. And in Indiana, what does a normal day look like to you? What do you do?
Indiana is a big Buddhist center, so the environmentally is beautiful, very wonderful. You can come and visit
Yeah,
out
should
there.
have- I've never
So
been
we
there.
have Sunday programs, Sunday teachings and prayers,
Like
and
Sunday
like that's
school?
like a church, yeah,
Okay.
Buddhist church. So,
yeah.
so by the way, we have we call interfaith center. So
okay.
we have a different. Anyone can come. Also, in our altar, we have a different objects like
really?
Jesus Christ
You have
and
the cross.
yeah, they all we have.
The
yeah,
saints
yeah.
too, like Catholic saints.
Yeah. Then also we have a Muslim faith, like the Quran and everything we have. Then of course we are Buddhist center. We have a Buddha, Dharma, Sangha, and so forth. Then we have a meditation classes.
Okay.
And also, we have once in a while we have a big ceremonies, and then lots of Mongolians come and join us. Then summer, we have Mongolian children's summer camp.
That's
So,
where. Oh yeah. I heard
the
about it in
summer
Indiana.
camp is coming
That's where
very
it is. So
soon.
you organize and sponsor it.
Yes, yes.
amazing.
So also, this not really me, but our center hosts them. So Mongolians
They provide
from
the venue.
DC, yes. Mongolians from DC, they will organize everything, and they will have that summer camp. By the way, so this year is our 40 years anniversary.
Oh.
Okay.
What month?
September.
Okay.
Start September 1st to September maybe 6th or something.
I see. Maybe I should
That's
visit.
whole week. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah,
You'll
you
have
can
a big
come.
celebration.
Yeah, we do have a big celebration. Very big famous singer called John Mellencamp.
wow.
So he's from local. So he's gonna sing a song for us maybe.
Oh, nice. Maybe two more questions. One of them is, now that you have that interfaith center and you have, gather people together on Sunday, is everything conducted in English or Tibetan language? Because for me, growing up, I grew up in Mongolia, and there was some Buddhism after 90s, and then monks would come to my home. They would come and pray and do chants, but I had no idea. I had no idea why they were doing it, or I'm sure they were doing something for good, for well-being and blessings, but I had no idea what they were saying. So how does that go? Or do you think that, for me, it feels like it's important to learn. If you want to learn religion or follow Buddha's teachings, you need to understand what he's saying in the first place, right?
I think this is a very important point. I always emphasize that too. So actually our sutra, that's prayers, we based on Tibetan, then translated to different languages. English, Chinese, Mongolian, and even we went to Japan, we have a Japanese version as well. So everybody say in their own language, they understand that.
That's great.
So if we say prayers always in Tibetan together, because that's a rhythm, that's we can follow up. Otherwise, different language have a different.
It's not gonna sound good.
Yeah.
You can't probably meditate or trance,
Right. So then, when we give talks, so myself and we have a resident teachers, they all give talks or something in English, based on English. Then also sometimes they speak Tibetan. We always have a translator. So then also it depends. Sometimes have lots of Mongolians, we just directly say something in Mongolian. Also we have Chinese students, then we can say something in Chinese directly to them.
I see, that's great. And it helps you being, multilingual. You speak like 4 languages right now, and you can teach and reach to different students and followers, right?
Right.
And my last question is that we are here at a very important event. It's quite sensitive, and it's very personal to all of us. And we're here to discuss and raise awareness and share our feelings and encourage each other in support of the Mongols in China, who are losing their opportunity to learn, obtain education in their own language. And I listened to your talk. It was very inspiring. It was very powerful. And do you have a short message or to those who are watching?
Yes, I guess this meeting you just mentioned very important. However, the situation in China is very, very critical, very difficult to change that too. We're all struggling, but that's very, very difficult. However, people in Mongolia, nomads or farmers or teacher or wherever, everybody is struggling. So I guess, we can preserve our culture and our, identity. So most importantly, I'm thinking in a free country, for instance, in Mongolia. In Mongolia, I went to different places in Ulaanbaatar and some remote area. Yeah, almost all the time. Yeah, since 2006, I visit there all the time. So That is a very important example in Inner Mongolia or Southern Mongolia. That's our Mongolians in the free country. They should learn. They should how to preserve our culture. We should think about the importance of our identity and everything. That's we should think about that. Sometime, the higher level. Like government level, they didn't pay attention. That's one. So then people also didn't pay attention. Then on that conference, one of our Japanese speaker, they said he speaks very good Mongolian as well. His Mongolian, his Mongolian is better than me. But anyway, he said that's very important. Instead, you say, "Oh, this is Hoja, this is Hoja," like criticize him. Then you should change your own language, like a boat or bench or gamber or guanzi or bat, all Chinese. Why you didn't say in the Mongolian? So that is not really important. But most important is we all Mongolians have to be a one nation.
Yeah.
That's we have to understand.
We
have to help. Yes, we have to help each other. So that is the most important thing. Then also, don't forget we are Mongolians. We have to preserve our culture, our language, and our identity.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
One last request. Can you teach me a short sutra that I can remember?
Okay.
Yeah, what is it? Maybe a few words.
Few words. Okay, I will tell you a few words. A little bit longer. You can do it.
Okay, I'll try.
Okay. Om Mani Tari.
Om Mani Dari.
Banzarni.
Banzarni.
Maha Tradi.
Maha.
Tradi.
Tradi.
Sari.
Sari.
Hong Hong Pe.
Okay, that's really
Okay,
long.
that is long, but don't worry. Then I will send that whole prayer to you.
Okay.
Why this is very important? That's a prayer from the sutra called Sosur Barmin Tarin.
Yeah, I've heard about it.
Sosur Barmin Tarin is good for what? Good for young people. If you want some wonderful boyfriend or somebody wants some beautiful girlfriend, so we always say that's prayer. Then if you need a beautiful kid, then also say that's prayer. So that's why that's good for family, good for handats. Okay, so that's why I'm emphasizing that's prayer. Okay,
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Баярлалаа.
За.